Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who are the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised. And this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul. And we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 311th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Cremond, and I will be host once again. And once again, we are hosting the members of the Universal Council and support members of the Universal Council who are here to present today's workshop. And without further ado, let's get that up on the screen and begin. Welcome, Universal Council members.
Yes, hello Rick. Hello everyone. This is Jacko, Universal Council member and representative of the Dutch language. We welcome you all. Today we will talk about the knowledge, about what we understand from it, and what we can share together. And we begin with the part of the Universal Council. What is the structure of the Universal Council? And I would like to invite Andreas. Are you ready?
Yes, hello to everyone. Here's Andreas, and I will present the first chapter of the Universal Council mandate and the Universal Guidelines. The soul of the Universal Council member should shine like the light of the Creator to be the source of light for other souls and radiate the light of the beauty of the Creator and have and try to reach all attributes of the soul of the Creator. In time, creatures of the universe shall see the light of the soul of the man and not the physicality of the man. Members of the Universal Council are chosen by strength of their souls alone in serving the humanity and the universal community and never by others. The members of the Council can't announce themselves as a member of the Council unless it is announced and registered under the Council's registrar banner. No member of the Council can ever speak as themselves as being a member of the Council to influence their opinion or words, as then, if done so, at this point, immediately they lose their seat in the Council and a new member can stand for the vacant position. The members of the Council shall not be elected, but chosen by the soul of the man for it to be able to serve the humanity, and as the soul of Council members self-select themselves. The dedication of the soul of the Council comes from serving through giving from the soul and not by talk or physical actions. No member of the Council has the right or can or ever should be elected by giving their time, money and effort on promoting oneself as the others see the true soul of the man and his intentions. Those who try to show that they are better servants to humanity, they do not stand a chance to take a seat in the Council. A Universal Council member cannot nominate a new Council member, otherwise they lose their seat in the Council. The Universal Council is here to serve those who live on Earth and in space with true intentions and not spoken words. Once in space and due course, man will observe and feel other souls and not its physicality and voice. Man in space will understand his true value, and this council becomes the true representation of the interest of the whole of the souls of the earth, both on earth and in space. There shall be no head of the council elected, as the souls, through their own position and serving the humanity, will find balance to create a balanced council. There shall be no voting, as one sees the truth and feels the real intention of others. In the council, once one promotes a certain motion for it to establish as effective course for elevation of the souls or collective soul of the race of the planet, or do something for the good of the man, then the other souls will understand and support the motion of the presented case through their intention and support of the soul, and not by voting. The Universal Council is to be the bridge between humanity and the universal community. The Universal Council will be the contact point for all humans and other beings traveling in space or beings visiting planet Earth. The Universal Council is responsible for interaction with the universal community, conditions, interface, visitors for those already here. The Universal Council will be the interface between on how to share on Earth new technologies offered by the universal community through open source and free for all. Thank you.
Rick, can you put the text on the screen, please?
Thank you, Andreas, for the beautiful reading. Thank you. Today, we will read part of the introduction of the last teaching, 522. So, see what is writing in the books of the knowledge that we could read from and share some. Is the knowledge we know. So here we are all servants to this creation. When you listen to the intro, and when we listen to many other teachings in the directions the Keshe Foundation has taken, it brings man to one point, and that's the point of creation. And the reality is that we ourselves have decided at a certain point in our life, or we will decide, those of us who are not in that position, or we are alive because somebody made a decision. Two people to create a soul, and we are the creation of it. And the same way, we create our children. We became creator of other souls. And then they become the others, and the others, and the rest. But in essence, every one of us, every generation leaves a connection to us. And then, us to our forefathers, one question to ask is, where did our forefathers' original field come from? and we call it to be the unicos, to be a collection of fields that created. But the question comes to one point. Where is the origin? Where did all this come from? And who created the magnetic field? If we consider ourselves, we as the whole of unicos, to be, let's say, a ball, a dough, in the hand of another structure, created by fields of another structure. Where did that dough come from? You can't have a dough without the floor. Where did that floor come from? Where is the origin of that floor? And as I said many times, in one of the final books we have to understand the origin of where all of this started. How it became about the even magnetic fields were created. What's the science behind it? And where the origin of creation comes that lead to the creation of the first field, that lead to the creation of the interaction of the residual of the interaction of itself by itself. And in which environment was created that unicos could be created in it? Nothing can exist without the containment, without a container, without a space to contain it in. Does not matter if you put a pot, you make a plastic bag, or you just create a field around it. This essence, the knowledge of the creator, the creation, man has to understand before he becomes the man of space, before he joins the universal community. He has to understand where his universe comes from, that he's part of community of. If you as a man or a human created the field that led to creation of the another soul, and these souls in the term of time interacted with the others, the way you were created. Thank you.
One Chinese, one English, two Chinese, two Iranian, one Iranian, one American, and the rest of it led to a mishmash mixture of the races on the planet, on this planet. Now you have to consider what mismatch led to creation of man. We put everything down as because of the geography, because of the water, because of this, because of that. Everything has a soul which led to creation of us or life, doesn't matter where. But who is behind the original fields which led to the creation of earth and led to the creation of the sun and the energies which created the sun, where the soul of the sun came from? Then this question has to be answered by man to know where he is going in space, what is the purpose of life. And scientifically, as men, we are reaching that point. We are reaching to the point of understanding the essence and the origin of creation. And maybe in Sanya, in China, for the first time, we will show the first sign of origin of the creation. How fields come together to show the origin. Everything said has to be shown. Everything said has to be physically developed and delivered. We have these teachings, we have this technology in our hand, and we shown it again and again to the people of the authorities. They shiver and shake. They see the change. We've seen others trying to do the same, but no one creates gases the way it does through plasma. When 2-3 months ago, one of the leading scientists of Chinese government was appointed to see how we produce gases in the matter of minutes. I could see the shake in his eyes. His education as a leading authority in China worth nothing, and he knew it. I could feel his soul that he says, "Guy, your mastership has no master." Because now it can be done without mastership by a little boy. Now you understand the essence of the creation. We can deliver everything we said. We have delivered everything we said, but the society and the knowledge is not ready for it. When we showed the production of the protein, amino acid, how life is created, which leads to creation of man, the scientists touched the table and they told the top guy, and this brought all their knowledge to zero. When we can run a simple system, and with its simple system, and with it create proteins created from the environment of the interaction of it, does not need earth, does not need the structure of the solar system. You can create a physical life anywhere in the universe, and we have shown it. And for the first time in Sanya, we show how protein was created, and how we can create any life in any position, anywhere in the universe, because we control the fields of the creation. We control the understanding of the creation. The presentation in the next few weeks in China will bring a change in the threshold of the science of man. We leave the system, and we will leave different environment, and you watch what has created those systems during the conference. One will be the sorry, I apologize. One will be the condition of ocean, and will be the condition of something else, and you will be witness to it. Then it comes how we create life. Thank you.
And then it comes. If fields can create life, where did the field which led to the creation of us came from? Then in the process, maybe in Tehran, maybe in Washington, we show you how we create man in a bottle, man in a system. Essence of creation of DNA and RNA in a system. Without a father, without a mother, without any interaction of the physicality of man. We have to break down these taboos, that man starts looking logically, scientifically at all aspects. Then once you understand this, once you can see how protein is made, converted from fields, then you understand how to convert your soul as a field in transmutation to entity at the point of view. Where you want to manifest yourself. It's not that we can produce gases, we can produce protein, we can produce whatever. The whole point is that we can create life. And the easiest way to structure this life is to use our own soul, which is already preset as a dough. It's the yeast to create the next. You do not need egg and sperm. You do not need what they call all sorts of imagery with DNA. Through the emotion of you, you create the being of you in front of your eyes. Does not mean to be a child. It's life, and how this life will survive the span of the universe. You have to understand this process. You have to comprehend the principle of interaction and understand where it came from that led to the creation of emotion. With it, to create creation of life, entity. Then many of your questions should be answered. Would man be able to be created? Is created and was created through the interaction of the fields of the environment and the essence of emotion of the creator. So the planet became the structure of the DNA, and the essence of the emotion of the creator became its RNA. And if that is the way it is, then you understand why you carry the whole knowledge of creation within you, because it came in the dimension of the fields of the emotion of the creator. In essence, when the creator has the presence of his emotion, it only depends on the environment, what kind of fields interact, what creatures they create, what entities they create. That in that entity, the essence of the soul of the creator blows within them and gives them the dimension of emotion and life. Now you understand why all the teachings has been put in the sequence and the way it has been done past years. And in some books, they say we blow the life into. In a way, it's the secret of the creation. Your emotion does not need materials to be transferred to someone else. It's not a food. Your emotion by fields informs the other. The tear of you, the laughter of you, the anger of you in the fields transfers to another that they feel it. And this is the same with the essence of origin, of the creation of the man, or any being in the universe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So man has to understand the way of interaction of the field of his soul with the soul of the physicality, created his emotion. How his soul, with the interaction with the soul of the creator, create the emotion of the soul of the man. Oh no, sorry, I just jumped the page. I'm so sorry, I have to go back. Sorry, I pressed the wrong screen. Okay, so here we go. Just a second. Yeah, so that both the soul of the man and the soul of creator become aware of interaction and interact. Then, in fact, does not matter how many souls you have. They all live with the motion of the same fields. It is how they interact and what emotion they create for themselves, because the origin is always constant in the emotion. Then the question comes, was the origin of life fields or emotion? Then it comes to the question of the creator. And these answers to all of the mystery of the questions that what you call the holy books have been put to you and to all the followers. I answered that question in the past 2 minutes. In this, you have to understand how you have been created, and then in the essence, in the interaction of your soul with the position you arrive, in essence of the position and time and place that the emotion you create manifests you in that position. Then you understand, even on earth, if you change the dimension, the strength of your soul, when you become master of it, you can become a dog today, a cat tomorrow, a man of the day after, and a stone the day after. Then you understand it's like putting a pea a pea, putting a stone, putting a rice in the same cup of water. That water is the essence of emotion of the creator, and how each one reacts in that water is the essence of the soul of that entity. If you understood, if man ever understand what is being said, man has found the key to the essence of the creation and the creator. And in a way, as I said, it takes 1 second for one to reach the soul, the understanding emotion of his creator. And some bang their heads against it, against the floor 17 times a day, and still will never find, never understand, and never reach the point of maturity of what 1 second a peasant, a child at the womb of the mother, where the point of birth and 18 years on his planet can reach in a way, does not want to carry the physicality. In essence, if you understood this, you will see everything we show and we do, it's just another game. He show this, but you don't understand where we are taking you. You have not understood what it means. In reality, if you would have understood this, when the very first time I show you a picture, you would have understood the game of the religion is over. But as you are not aware of what's going on, you never understood the dimension of maturity of the man, the dimension of understanding of the totality, the dimension where the fields come from, where they go, and how they interact. Thank you, Mark.
And when I put this in front of you, I ask myself one question, and I ask one single question. Would any of these people understand what is shared? Would any of you understand what this touch of a man on the amino acid means, which is created out of interaction on the matter of steel? And when and where you see this dimension, when you see this line of protein, inside it was a piece of wood. And inside it and on it were papers. Could not be seen on the paper and the wood because the structure showed itself different. But on the steel, which is a different environment, it manifests itself as a protein. So in fact, it was on the paper and on the wood. Each one decided to manifest itself in a different way. Now you understand. On the wood, on the paper, you are not visible to everyone. On the stainless steel, on the most advanced laboratories of the Chinese government, you see yourself as a protein. And then, as you see it, if you touch it, you still ask yourself a question. Is the lack of the knowledge within the soul and the physicality of the finger you see, which has brought him to ignorance? But the evidence is in front of you. Interaction of the fields with the environment and steel. I show myself as a protein. And if you give me the right environment with this, I create you any life. Because the essence of life and a dynamic motion on this planet is connected to the protein, which we call from the combination of the fields of the matter state, which is created by the interaction of the fields of this planet with its environment, which we call the solar system. Now you understand. When you manifest yourself in another position in time, when you go through transmutation, who and how you can be seen, and how you want to manifest yourself to be, to confirm your existence. This picture and what we showed is so fundamental that if you understand how it's created, how you will be created when you go through transmutation, will give you the key to the world of creation. In the essence, understanding the emotion of the creator. I made the man in the image of myself. That image is the emotion, not the physicality. It's not even the soul of the man, because I created the man. I blew life in his existence through interaction of his fields and the emotion of me. If you knowledge seekers understand this, you'll master transmutation in no time. If you are still in the doldrums of trying to see physicality, you will be searching for the rest of your lives and generations of you to come. The essence of the creation of man, the essence of existence of man, or any being in the universe, is a condition of the fields of the environment with the interaction of the fields of the emotion of the creator, which manifests itself in that position and time. The way, the interaction of your soul of the physicality, or the fields of the structure of your physicality, leads to the creation of laughter, tear, and the rest of it. Now you understand what a teaching and why we teach the way we teach, to enlighten you to the light of the Creator. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. Here are the beautiful wishes again, as we do always, as a soul being, and always wishing for beauty and totality. Wherever, whatever, wherever we are. So, in this beauty and totality, these are the wishes, beautiful souls, from the heart and soul, indeed. We, the Universal Council, and the Universal Council supporters, give from our soul for the world leaders and the religious leaders to find a point of balance and receive the plasma technology in exchange for peace. We are present. Now we can move to the next slide, my dear Rick. We the Universal, okay.
I'm sorry. We, the Universal Council, create a condition for humanity to follow the ethos of Mitra. Think good, speak good, act good. We are present. Also, all wishes, all common. Thank you.
We, the Universal Council, create a condition for the leaders of the world to join the path of peace. Our wish is our command. We are present.
Now we come to the soul connection. Today, I would like to do the connection in Dutch language. Try to experience the emotion, even if you don't understand the text. Zielsverbinding. Open je ziel. Maak deze meervoudige verbinding mogelijk. Luister. Voel met je ziel. Vind een positie waar je je lichaam ontspant. We ademen langzaam in en uit door onze neus. We ondersteunen hiermee onze ziel met de energie die nodig is om te expanderen. Het expanderen kent geen grenzen. Dus geef van je ziel voor iedereen. Verbind je in die onvoorwaardelijke liefde van de schepping en de schepper. Deel met je naaste, als wel met jezelf. Doe het via de koepel van de vrede, die alles met elkaar verbindt. En we doen het in stilte. We do it in silence. Heel hartelijk dank voor je deelname aan deze beweging voor vrede. Thank you very much for participating in this movement to peace. Connect yourself during the day or the night, whenever you feel so. Make this connection the way you live. Because now we do it all the time. Thank we as one. We can go to the next slide, please.
Yes, these are the question and answers with the Universal Council with Mary Calvé, and the host is Claudia, beautiful soul. Thank you so much.
The fourth question. First of all, I would like to thank all the members of the Universal Council who brings the light of their understanding to people in order to bring individual and collective peace. I'd like you to tell us what struck you most during Mr. Keshe's teachings in the past year, 2023, and what do you hope for 2024 when we celebrate the first year of Mitra's birth?
Então, outra pergunta é: primeiramente, quero agradecer a todos os membros do Conselho Universal, que trazem a luz dos seus entendimentos para as pessoas, a fim de trazer a paz individual e coletiva. Gostaria que nos comentassem o que marcou mais para vocês durante os ensinamentos do Sr. Keshe neste ano que passou de 2023, e o que esperam para o ano de 2024, onde comemoraremos o primeiro ano do nascimento de Mitra.
And the first answer, the teaching I loved the most from last year is the last one, Knowledge Seekers Workshop 517, where Mr. Keshe explains that our soul is the manifestation of the Creator. And when we learn to transmute, it's the Creator who manifests through us, and how He, the Creator, is with us all the time and see all we do and our misbehavings. And how He loves us all so strongly that He doesn't interfere, even if He has the power to do that, because He wants us to mature. That is the unconditional love from the Creator. The Knowledge Seekers Workshop 517 teaching is so strong, beautiful, and complete that if you are only going to see one video of Mr. Keshe, see this one. My wish for 2024 is, of course, the establishment of world peace, that we, as the Universal Council members, are working on a soul level all the time, and that the first knowledge seekers will master the transmutation from physicality to the soul level and back. The race for the universe will begin.
Então, a resposta é a primeira, né? O ensinamento que mais gosto do ano é o do ano passado, o último, KSW 517, em que o Sr. Keshe explica que nossa alma é a manifestação do Criador e que quando aprendemos a transmutar, é o Criador que se manifesta através de você. E como Ele, o Criador, está conosco o tempo todo e vê tudo o que fazemos e nosso mau comportamento. E como Ele nos ama tanto que não interfere. mesmo que tenha o poder de fazê-lo, porque quer que amadurecemos. Esse é o amor incondicional do Criador. No ensinamento 517 é tão forte, belo e completo, que se você assistir apenas um vídeo do Sr. Keshe, assista a esse. Meu desejo para 2024 é, obviamente, o estabelecimento da paz mundial, na qual nós, como membros do Conselho Universal, estamos trabalhando em nível de alma o tempo todo, e que os primeiros buscadores do conhecimento dominem a transmutação da fisicalidade para o nível da alma e de volta. A corrida pelo universo terá início.
And there is another answer. Mr. Keshe is like a father. He knows his siblings. I think it's children. And he teaches us to the level we understand on our soul level feel strength. The beauty and the deepness is that he teaches us all in our level feel strength at the same time. We do not hope, dear soul. Hoping is a part of ancient physical times. With the knowledge we work on balancing and equilibrium to become peace. We change our behavior through the ethos of Mitra. We change from taking to giving unconditionally from our heart and soul. We do not expect anything back. We trust our souls to be at the right soul position when the time is right. This will bring the change for all souls in existence, not only on planet Earth, but in the whole unicos. Thank you for being part of this universal movement.
A última resposta é: o Sr. Keshe é como um pai. Ele conhece os seus filhos e nos ensina no nível em que entendamos em nossa força de campo no nível da alma. A beleza e a profundidade é que ele nos ensina a todos em nosso nível de força de campo ao mesmo tempo. Nós não esperamos, queridas almas. Esperar faz parte dos tempos físicos antigos. Com o conhecimento, trabalhamos no equilíbrio e no balanceamento para que nos tornamos pacíficos. Mudamos nosso comportamento por meio do ethos de Mitra. Passamos de receber a dar incondicionalmente de nosso coração e alma. Não esperamos nada em troca. Confiamos que nossas almas estarão na posição correta da alma quando for a hora certa. Isso trará mudança para todas as almas existentes, não apenas no planeta Terra, mas em todo o Unicos. Obrigado por fazer parte desse movimento universal.
So that was the answers from the Universal Council tonight, and I thank everyone who contributed. Thank you.
Então essas foram as respostas dos membros e ela agradece a todos que contribuíram. Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Claudia. It's a beautiful way to do these questions and have this communication channel open. It's wonderful. And we can all learn from it. So now we can go to the next slide, please. Point of creation. First, I invite you all to ask your soul to guide and support you. And if you feel so, start sharing your knowledge and your teachings too. No one is better, no one is higher nor lower. So we're all equal. And it's the exchange that makes us wise. Now, these are my thoughts and what I've learned from the teachings in the Knowledge Seeker workshops, Mr. Keshe. Do you remember when you were age 4, 5, maybe 6 years old? And how you were daydreaming in the middle of the day? This feeling of completely freedom in the now, at that moment. Please go back in your memories. I'm very sure every one of us had these experiences, even if it's maybe a long time ago. If life is so young, the connection of our soul and what we remember is still very close to the fields of where we came from before inception. Before the environment of our parents prepared to manifest that field interaction that led to the creation of another soul, our soul, and start the process of division, interaction, and multiplication of ourselves, and the building blocks of life we call amino acids. Everything around you is creation. If you go to the smaller or you go to the bigger, is all the same creation. The multi-dimensions change according to the energy field strength. The higher the vibration in the cells, elements, molecules, the more we are in the soul position field strength. The lower, or let's say the slower the vibration goes, the more we are in the physical, material, density position field strength. Our soul is connected to the rays that build the fields, that build the plasma. Now try to find those fields, bring them together, combine them to interact with each other. Add your emotion as you are part of the Creator and the creation, and it becomes the plasma you need. Create the environment with your hands or non-contained with your thoughts as a wish, so that this manifestation process will open the doors to start to create a new world, a new dimension of peace. That we don't need to kill or destroy anything anymore. We all struggle and we all have our doubts about, will I be able to catch up? Will I be able to be where I should be at that certain time and position? The answer is yes. You will be there where you are needed, because your soul will lead you on that course if you allow him to be the guide, to be that captain in your life. Understand what no time means in the perspective of our soul life. It means that you can do any experience life has to offer. And this doesn't mean that you will spend the rest of your life laying on the white sand in the Caribbean beach beneath the palm trees with a cool coconut milk in your hands. It gives you the chance to grow and finally start to understand that it's us choosing our way to more understanding, more knowledge, and more teachings. When I speak to knowledge seekers, almost almost every one of us is in a way struggling financially. And why is that? Why, with everything we learned till now, we are not able to manifest that environment to live free? No more slavery work, to just be able to survive, to feed your families. I'm no clairvoyant. I can foresee the future. But what I can is to feel. And in that feeling, there's an endless love that our Creator wants us to experience, to share, dear souls. Give that feeling a chance. Open up to receive the love of the creation. I know with all that resistance we have to face, if it's our family, our colleagues, or even the friends, to listen over and over again what fake and scam and cult we follow, makes it hard to stay in the love of the Creator. But we should. Give the others that little bit more time to come to understand what humanity is heading for right now. It will hit them because there is no other way to go. So please stay in the love of the Creator and know that this love is always stronger. Support each other whenever it's possible. Follow your heart and soul in the ethos of Mitra, so that if the time comes, we are ready, equal what comes. Follow the knowledge and not the way of belief, as it is so often processed to the wishes of certain leaders. Elevate who is around you, near or far. We are very grateful to go this way together with you in the unconditional love of our Creator. We love you. Next slide, please.
So the creation of the soul of the man. I want to start with telling you something interesting. We all live a double life, a physical life we all know from the day we are born to the day we die. But simultaneously, we exist as souls. A soul is made up of pure energy and is invisible or non-tangible. We all have a radiating sun in our head, which we in Keshe Foundation call the soul of the man. It's made of the highest, strongest field strengths, called the principal matter. The soul of the man is the boss in your life, and the main purpose of your physical life is to mature and grow your soul of the man. The soul of the man is our direct line to the Creator, and we live and exist within Creator's creation. In fact, everything in the whole creation is made by the fields of the Creator. Everything has a soul, and we are all connected to each other in the soul dimension. And we are all part of the structure of the Creator's creation. As Mr. Keshe tells us over and over again, I made man in the image of myself, which means we, as souls, have all the attributes of the Creator, and we are creators. This is what we learn from the teachings of Mr. Keshe. When the physicality reaches the point of balance of the fields of itself, the essence of our creation is released to lead to a bigger creation. What does this mean? It means when you leave this physical life, your soul of the man is set free, and you will exist as a free soul in the dimensions of Creator's creation for eternity, and there is a bigger purpose waiting for all of us. And every one of us is a flower in the bouquet of creation, because the Creator loves us all unconditionally and equally. The sun and the earth. We have the sun radiating its fields of energy out. And we have the earth, which also radiates fields of energy outwards. Where the fields of the sun meets the fields of the earth, these fields interact. It's like a grinder. Small magnetic fields are torn loose, and some becomes ray of light, and some become particles. These particles or elements rains back on Earth, gather together and form amino acids. When we talk about amino acids, we talk about life. We talk about creation of life on this planet. The amino acids are the building blocks for all life on Earth of living cells. In Keshe Foundation, we call them Mr. Cone, because they are made of the gases carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And if you look at the human body, the biggest part of the body is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. On the right side, you see the amino acids in a star formation, in balanced interaction, and it creates itself a collective center of control in the middle. This center or soul is non-tangible or invisible, made of magnetic fields and connected to the soul which created it. Welcome to the plasma technology. The figure on the right is the amino acid, the four elements of the amino acid in balanced interaction in the cell are the building blocks for the egg and the sperm. And when the egg and the sperm meet at inception, let's say 8 of these amino acids or cells leads to the creation of a dynamic process which now tries to find balance. Now you have a rotating sphere of energy, which is not from the father nor from the mother, but in totally a new combination for all to be in balance. They need to create a central balance point, which includes fields from all, having a balanced field connection with this center. And this is what we call the soul of the man, even though each one of these cells have their own center of operation. So this is the creation of the soul of the man. The new center, the soul of the man, starts absorbing energy from the liquid of the plasma of the womb of the mother, from the environment and from the universe. So in a way, it absorbs energy from the womb of the mother, from the womb of the earth, from the womb of the solar system, from the womb of the galaxy, and from the womb of the universe. Because in plasma technology, it's all the same in micro and macro. The soul of the man, which now absorbs energy from the womb of the mother, the environment, and from the universe, now starts feeding back energies to the physical structure, the cells. Now you understand you have created the soul of the man, the central energy that can absorb energy from its environment, that by receiving this energy balances back to those who created it, the cells. It feeds them and allows them to divide. The soul of the man in the center of this structure absorbs fields or energies from the environment of the womb of the mother, the environment of the womb of the mother, the environment and the universe, now feeds back to each cell and allow each cell to receive so much energy that they cannot hold on to, and they go through the division. This is how the cells of the body are fed by the soul of the man. But there is an important point to look at here. Before the umbilical cord is made, life is independent. When the umbilical cord is created, the physicality becomes a leech on the back of the soul of the man. Since the cells cannot divide on their own, they have created a central control, the soul of the man, which now becomes the feeder of them. So when one cell from the father and one cell from the mother comes together, shares the fields, plus shares the fields in the environment, they build more and more cells. So the cells divides after receiving so much energy that they cannot hold on to it. And the body is developed of the cells that divide and multiply, all while the soul of the man still is feeding the cells and making them divide. And after 9 months, the miracle happens. And as you can see, the miracle, this baby still has the feeder of his cells, the soul of the man within. The soul of the man is located in a tiny hole between the two main parts of the brain. It's possible to see this hole on the brain scan, but it looks empty because the soul of the man is made of the highest, the strongest fields called its principal matter. And these magnetic fields are not visible to the human eye. The soul of the man is the center, the controller of your body, and it is fed by absorption of the fields from the environment and the universe. Welcome to the soul of the man. Now we need to learn how it operates, how we can learn to communicate with it and utilize its power to create peace on all levels in our life. And when our life on this planet comes to an end, we will enter the creation with the soul of the man and exist as soul with a bigger purpose in creation, because the soul of the man is the real you. So this first part was from Knowledge Seekers Workshop 202, but in Knowledge Seekers Workshop 517, Mr. Keshe goes deeper. Maybe for the first time, I can explain something to you that brings a shock to you and maybe enlighten you. If you listen to the intro, it says, I am the beginning, I am the end. It says that we manifest ourselves from interaction of the fields in one given time, position, and space. But stand still and think for 1 second. It does not matter what you do in the dimension of physicality, how you look, how criminal you are, how good you are. That's your physical manifestation. Look at the dimension. Maybe did we get it yet? Look at the dimension of the soul of the man. You should have realized by now that in essence, as you transmute from one position to another, to manifest yourself in the dimension. Wouldn't this transmutation be the essence of the creation of the Creator, which you call your soul? Transmuted from Him, and from Him in the interaction of the fields of the universe, at a given time and position, comes your soul and manifests itself as the soul of the man? Is there any difference, or is it just a limitation of your own understanding that you are the manifestation in the dimension of the soul of the Creator itself? And if you have not limited your understanding just to be according to your own comprehension of the totality, as you now getting ready to transmute from this soul to another position to manifest yourself in another shape or form, in another position and dimension, hasn't the soul of the Creator done so with your soul? Now you understand. I am the beginning. I am the end. Because I am the end. When the soul of the Creator manifests in the soul of me and in the transmutation of me, I lead as part of the soul of the Creator to another position to manifest itself in another dimension. Now you understand. If you were looking for transmutation from this position, this dimension of physicality, to another position, from the end of the physical life of the man, you call it death. And now that you learn to transmute at the point of the will, hasn't it created the will to manifest itself in another position, which has become the soul of the man, you? How can you let him down in your dimension of physicality? As in essence, it's pure. As in essence, it's the mature and in totality. And now he can understand. If he's so beautiful, if he's so just and correct, how much that soul suffers with the conduct of the physicality of the man. And he sees it's not him. And then you understand what the loving is. Even having the power within it to change the dimension of the man in the physical dimension, and even the soul of physicality of the man. It endures all the pain and the suffering for that child of physicality, for that soul of physicality of the man to mature. Then you understand there is no end and there is no beginning, because the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. The soul of the Creator manifests itself as the soul of the man, you. And then you, in interaction with the physicality of it, creates the manifestation of your own physical dimension. Now you understand, you transmute, you're hoping to be able to manifest yourself in New York or Mars or another galaxy, where the soul of the Creator in transmutation has ended up to be the soul of you. How can you let him down with your conduct? Then you understand the ethos of Mitra, which is the ethos of the Creator. Do good, think good, and act good, because you are me, and in me there is all the goodness. Now you understand where we are targeting, where you are going, where you end up being a stone, being a bird, being a fish, another planet, another creature. You still carry the soul of the Creator in manifestation at the time, space, and place. If you understand this, you understand there is no religion. As he manifested within you, and you manifest yourself within the conduct of his behavior, understanding whatever you do, you say, you think, has to be in line with the line of his creation. Otherwise, you haven't understood a single thing about transmutation. The soul of the creator manifests itself as the soul of the man, you. And then you, in interaction with the physicality of it, creates the manifestation of your own physical dimension. Now you understand, you transmute, you're hoping to be able to manifest yourself in New York or Mars or another galaxy where the soul of the creator in transmutation has ended up to be the soul of you. How can you let him down with your conduct? Then you understand the ethos of Mitra, which is the ethos of the creator. Do good, think good, and act good, because you are me, and in me there is all the goodness. Now you understand where we are targeting, where you are going, where you end up being a stone, being a bird, being a fish, another planet, another creature. You still carry the soul of the creator in manifestation at the time, space, and place. If you understand this, you understand there is no religion. As he manifested within you, and you manifest yourself within the conduct of his behavior, understanding whatever you do, you say, you think, has to be in line with the line of his creation. Otherwise, you haven't understood a single thing about transmutation. Haven't you done this before yourself as knowledge seeker for the past decade? The egg is the nano-coated of the copper, and the sperm is that zinc plate. And in that position and condition, you know it does not matter how you distance it, how you change the salinity, how much water you put in it. At the end, you end up with CO2, different strength, different plasma, and you pile it up, billions of them, replicate the field strength of the CO2, the carbon. Now you understand. You call it nano-coated plate and the zinc plate, nano-coated of the zinc and the zinc, sperm or an egg, or whatever. This is the gift of Mitra. And on the 21st of December is our birthday. And maybe now you understand how you as a soul have been created as a gift of his love, as a gift of his dimension of existence. How can you do wrong? How can you let your master down in the conduct and behavior? In a way, now you understand when he says, I am the beginning, I am the end. The egg and the sperm creates that end for it to manifest itself and nothing else. The shape of the physicality of the man is the interaction of that field with its environment, which with its dimension, with its characteristics. And even man has not understood how he's born, how that soul in the environment of the dimension of the womb of the mother is drinking and needs no lung. And once you change its environment, it needs lung to breathe and food to eat. Then what is the next womb for the soul of the man? In the dimension of transmutation, at the point of death, when it's freed, when it's born into another dimension, now you understand the secret of creation. Now you understand who you are, and what you are. And is there any need for fallacies of Ayatollahs and the priest and the rabbis and the rest of the crooked behavior of the man in the dimension of stealing from the soul of the Creator? Next time when you go to the mosque, next time when you go to church and to synagogue, stand there and see if you are any lower than the man who created you. And does he need a place of worship, or do you worship him within you? Then you understand the end of the religions, and you have to become mature, that you are the essence of his creation, and the correct conduct of the man does not need buildings and spaces. And as I said to the religious leaders in Jeddah University, what does your man do in space when he's rotating and evolving and revolving? Which Mecca does it bend and bang his head against on the floor? Except that he has come to understand the truth, that within him is the Creator, the soul of the Creator, as the soul of the man. Then you understand. Then, if you understand this, you understand how to transmute. When you arrive at the point of the destination of the next field strength of your soul, be it your wish to be in New York, be it in the dimension of the field strength of the soul of the point of death, that you appear in another universe, another unicos, in the center of another seed and the rest. Now you understand the gift of creation. Now you understand what all these teachings have been about. Now you understand that in the course of time, in the next few months and years, we keep on strengthening for you to understand yourself, to understand the power within you, to understand that you do not need no prophets and you do not need no messengers. But in the process of teaching, you need teachers, that they teach you the correct conduct, but they do not take the place of the Creator. They just show you the path. They show you the way that the conduct of the soul of the man has to be. And they have no right to any other but to teach. You got to understand in the time, in the position, and the position and the position of the soul of the Creator within you. You have to be at all time representing him. As it said in the Quran, there are 99 attributes of the Creator. If you understand it all, you find 100, and the 100 is the Creator himself. When you put all the 99 together, you have found, you have understood, that is the Creator, the God. Whatever name you put on it, the completion. But in so many ways, the 99 attributes as understood and as understood by the man. When you become passenger of the universe, then you find another 99 attributes of him in the dimension of the creation of the universe. And then, if one day you mature to understand the totality of the 99, maybe you have reached to be as part of the source, as part of the creation and the Creator.
Here, bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And welcome, my dear beautiful souls. Share what you want to share, your beauty. Share the beauty. As said, always share what you know, as Jaco said. Share the love, share the peace, share all that. Thank you so much. Please do. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, it's Mehna's UC Farsi language. I have made a wish for peace, so I read it. We, the Universal Council and Universal Council support, give from our souls for the leaders of the world and religious leaders to come to real peace solution so they can enjoy technology in exchange for peace. Thank you.
We are present.
Thank you. Now that maybe we have a little time. Hello, it's Mehna's Universal Council support Farsi language. We talk about ethos of Mitra, to be good, to think good, and to talk good, which is easy to talk about, but not easy to do because of our habits during all these years. We really have to be very concentrated to apply them all the time. And another word which I really believe in, soul elevation, is the word sincerity. I think sincerity is one of the keys to success spirituality. We may do a little, but with this sincerity, it works a long way. And that's what makes the difference. That's what shows us the path. So when we are sincere, we live really for who we are, what we want to do, and not to be pleasant to others and make the show go on. So I wish sincerity for all of us, me also. And thank you for the program today. It was rich. And thank you very much again.
Thank you, Mehran, my dear. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful. Any beautiful souls want to share? Please do, my dear.
This is Mosfik. I would like to share a little bit about the understanding of the emotion of the Creator. One of the things that we heard last time in the Knowledge Seekers workshop is that the emotion between the Creator and the creation is not only a fundamental aspect of existence, but its continuity sustains the creation. when we, in our own effort to participate in the creation as creator, we, in a way, need to do the same, or has to maintain an emotion that sustains the creation we are creating. Emotion, it has to be an emotion that is constant to a degree, so that we can sustain what we have created. Or we would like to create. Let's take the example of a rather simple creation, somewhat perhaps, our body. For some, the soul of physicality in its interaction with the fields of the planet creates our body. Now, as we know from our own experience, yes, it's pretty good. It works pretty well. But we see minor defects or maladies or disease creeping slowly as we go through our life. So our creation, the body, somehow deteriorates. Now that we are aware of the role of emotion, we can see that there are certain changes in our emotion that sort of changes the original emotion, the emotion that we encounter as we go through our life. Often there are, let's say, some worries, some tensions, things like that. Yeah, we think about, we see this manifested in our, let's say, shoulder. Shoulder is stiff, tension in the shoulder, because we are tense within our mind. So our emotional field has changed. Well, the shoulder is feeling it. So if we are to create something, we have to sustain the emotion. Let's take a example of peace, whether it's for the planet or whether it's within us. We have to sustain that peaceful emotion. If we are having debate with some small things somewhere in our mind, is the emotion stable at that stage? People have devised, wise men of the past have devised ways such as meditation to create this peace, so that the stability of our soul of physicality is sustained. But, because of our experience on this planet, distortion, seeps in around the edges. And there is manifestation of it. So if we are to, let's say, create peace in our family, we have to be certain that we can do it. There is no ifs and buts that we are not. We as creator are unable to do it. This is to maintain that emotion that sustains the reality of the family. If we doubt it enough for whatever reason, will it sustain? From the level of family, we can even look at something very simple, much simpler than our simple lives that we live in on this planet. Let's look at a molecule or a piece of metal, such as a piece of iron. In order for its molecules to be, and the atoms to be spaced correctly, the inertial field has to remain constant with respect to the planetary environment. Otherwise, it will fall apart. When we hit a piece of iron with hammer, we are introducing anomalies in the field. Yeah, it can sustain some level of anomaly in the field, but up to a point. We see the edges of iron, which is, let's say, a knife, slowly getting dull. So the structure of the atomic structure, because of the continuous pressure from the surrounding field, physical pressure, is distorting the field. And so the blade deteriorates. Can we sustain the blade? We have actually talked about the sustaining of the blade by thoughts, as Jaco has mentioned at some point, with GANS material, as I have mentioned some time back, is to replenish the field enough to sustain it so that the sharpness remains. Same is true for our life. We, with our fields, maintain the integrity of our emotion and the fields so that the physicality remains in good shape, good operational shape. And then we know that that emotion, the emotion that maintains the field of our body, is the emotion we will need when we transmute from the fields of our soul of physicality to physicality when we arrive at some place. This knowledge of integrity and sustaining of the field is essential in the transmutation. That's what sustaining the field is what the creator does for the creation. We, in our love for the creation, we maintain the emotion and sustain the physicality in the same way. Can we learn it? Why not? If we can keep a knife sharp, we can keep our body sharp as well. Is there any difference? We can do what we need to do, just like a knife has to do what it needs to do. So it is a learning process, a trust, building of the trust that the emotion we possess is the light of the creator. are we not in a position to honor it? Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Moshfit. Thank you so much. So much. Beautifully you explained about the continuity. I will add to it that as per my condition, and many of us are dealing with this condition, compression breakthrough, I will say, that the more the pressure, the more the light, in a way, as we say so. The pressure can be anything. You can feel like not pain every time, but sometimes you feel the pressure that I have to be in balanced position. I have to be in the position of love because I am responsible for giving so much. So I will say that starting from the family, as we say in this manifestation, many things are coming out like truth, and I stopped false witnessing these things that I have to stick to this, I have to stick to that, and I have to have this return of everything. Then, oh, even a son, a daughter, or a father, a mother, relative of whatever, and holding them back, holding even a thread, a thin line, it keeps this continuity blockage, you know. And when we say, as a being, I am, as a society, I am, as a nation, or the world, or a planet in another planet in space, then the continuity begins again, and it is easy. Before that, we used to say that I used to say that I'm transmuting, I'm leaving, you know, kind of that. Even I said to the trees, I'm leaving. But then I understood. And when I said I'm leaving, it was more tears in my eyes, more, like pain in the heart and all. And again started holding, how can I leave? But then I understand that the continuity keeps when you elevate the soul. You are not leaving anybody, but you elevate all, because all are being, if I say so, not separate from each other. We are learning, even from a criminal, even from a genocidal man, I will say. And there is a need of this pure water for every soul to transit. So I will say this continuity, as you said, Moshe, in peace, has given us this most lovable position ever from beyond. And we are not leaving behind anything. We are elevating. Come with us, always live with us. Life and living will be so much joyful, so much in happiness with all of us together as family. The real family we are as beautiful beings. I will say so. So this is, thank you for listening. This is the in my condition, I will say. Thank you for listening.
Okay, we had a couple of questions from Syed in the Q&A. Who says, hello, blessings. When will the new plasma power generators be released? And secondly, does plasma technology elevate our consciousness? Thank you.
Plasma, beside, my dear, plasma technology, the generator, as we say, in manifestation, working, active, will be released in time as set for humanity, I will say. Well, when also mankind is ready, and this is very soon, I will say, because as we are all awakening, we are all receiving the knowledge in a way, in connection to each other, it will be releasing very soon. And of course, all humanity will be benefiting from that, as we are waiting for this from yawns. And we have waited because we didn't understand the ability the Creator has created in His image. So there is no timeline here in this way as we are talking, but in this earth, on this earth, there is a time. But all the time has gone, and the time is coming of beauty and totality. My dear side, yes, plasma elevates the soul. As we are all plasma beings, we are all. Even the physical body is also kind of a way plasma. So, of course, the consciousness, the whole you elevates when we talk about consciousness, subconsciousness, what you are and what I am. So, of course, it will elevate your consciousness more and more, day by day, time by time, and then you will become timeless, as we know. So, this is my way. Thank you, Saeed, for asking. Thank you, my dear.
I would like to add, the plasma generator is something that we are waiting for in physicality for a longer time. And a long time I didn't understand why, because the technology is there, the knowledge is there. The problem is that we are not ready. And Mr. Keshe doesn't want, again, a mystical thing on the market that people don't understand. And that's why he's teaching the technology. That's why he's teaching the soul background. And that goes into your second part of the question. Does plasma technology elevate our consciousness? You can also ask, does plasma technology changes the environment? Because as we learned in the teachings, what Marie spoke about, what Moshfegh spoke about, these souls manifest in an environment with the emotion. Now, the plasma technology definitely changes this environment. And by that, our souls can do another soul positioning. And by that, consciousness, subconsciousness, as you said, Shweta, changes. And the key is to do it on a different way than we did till now. Because why are we not elevated? Because we choose the wrong way. We choose the way of killing. We choose the way of destruction. We choose the way of jealousy, of slavery in work, where I was talking about before. So as soon as we change this position, our souls take a new position. And with that, the souls are connected to the soul of physicality. They are connected to the physicality. And that's where your consciousness changes. So yes, if we understand this line of communication, the work Mr. Keshe is doing, the systems he is bringing, they are there for us to elevate, to understand, and to change the position in the field strength and position of time. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much.
And if I could add from the last workshop, 522 Knowledge Seekers workshop, we don't do magic. We understand the science of creation. As I said a few weeks ago, we bring in a new technology. We bring in a new science. And that science is the science of creation, not another electric generator, another gas production, another God knows creating gold. It's for you, the knowledge seekers, to be able to see what they are made of, what they will be, and how they transmute, and what emotion will bring them to be at the time, place, and position. I just thought I'd quote that from the last workshop.
If I can add, as far as I know, the generator for electricity was put on teaching in 2016. And Mr. Keshe said, the first one you make, you give it to somebody else. And it showed up that nobody did that. So the essence of this, which was giving, was not respected. And then people learned it, they created electricity or whatever, and they went away and did other things and forgot about Keshe Foundation. And then again, recently, these years, there has been Mr. Keshe has continued experiences also. There has been gas generator of creating gas, which was on sale. There is still the magraphs, which are on sale, I think. And there is also, Mr. Keshe works in a level of governments, because the generator is so strong that government has to cover all insurance and whatever comes up. So at this level, I think Mr. Keshe works for the level of governments. So there is the whole thing is there, but we need the governments who come to peace and can use all this technology freely. And as far as does it elevate consciousness, of course, yes. We have soul of our body, soul of our in the mind, in the head, which we call the soul of the man, and we have raised, for those who have done the experiments, they have actually felt and used their soul, expansion of soul, and so there's no doubt about the truth of that. And I wish more and more people gradually come to feel and use. And probably if you use your emotion, you can be not cold without heating, just by emotion of being hot. So we are getting into the level of creating the feelings, heat or whatever, or feeling, even without food or without heating. So that's the degree of advancement of technology at this time. Thank you.
There is a wish from Claudia. I'll read it. I wish that all human beings knows this knowledge, and peace for your pain, and solutions for their lives. Beautiful. We are present, my dear.
Hello, it's Dean here, representing the English speaking language. I've been listening to all the beautiful wishes, all the beautiful teachings and intentions that have been put forward, and something sort of crossed my my creation. I was in the presence of a blind man, just last night. So that would be a moment ago. And I asked this man, how do you operate within the function of yourself, within your spatial awareness? And first of all, he didn't answer the question. Then he started to answer it with, someone would speak, and he would gain an understanding of the spatial awareness, the distance, by the voice. So he had a disability, but he had the ability to actually function by creating another environment, another condition, with what is spoken as a word that is a disability. Well, in fact, it enabled him to communicate and understand and work within the environment in a totally different way. And I suppose that by losing one of the senses, he gained another sense, the other sense of working with the soul, an understanding of communication that doesn't have the sense of physical eyesight. So imagine if you're a soul and you take away all the senses, even this sense in being able to speak. And then radiating out a field strength that of energy, of a soul energy that transmutes and communicates time and space. Does time exist? Does space exist in this moment? So this person, this soul that was present with many other souls in a room, within a confinement, a container, and this room could have been a lot larger. It could have been a stadium. It could have been a nation, and indeed it could have been a planet, or much further than this. The limitation is only the thought process. The soul has no limitation, and so those boundaries, that spatial awareness that I spoke of, doesn't really exist. And that soul, once communicated with, the interaction, like the sun and the earth, and like between the sun and a galaxy, a universe, it creates matter state if required in a position, and also communicates the consciousness of creation, the whole of creation, which we are a part of, a tiny part of, a very humble, small containment in a biological form that holds the whole of creation in its intention and thoughts in this moment. When you allow it to manifest, when you give, you'll receive. And when that is done with love and care, and always to create a condition to give, then the environment gives back to you and you receive. That space gap, that moment, is where all the energy exists. So as you hear these words, it's the gap between that is the real creation, that we all are part of in this moment. So a need and a wish, what do you need in this moment? What do you need to function, to be present, to understand, to elevate? What do you need? You, what do you need? Or what do we need? Is there we or is there I? Is there any of this? Is it all the same thing? So what do you need in this moment? bring your need and wish forward in a spatial environment so that each and every one of us can receive your knowledge, your wisdom, your energy transfer. And if we require it and we need it, then we will receive. And likewise, we will give back to you, dear soul. Thank you all.
Thank you, my dear Jean. Thank you so much for sharing the beauty and totality. Thank you so much. My dear Rick, anyone, any beautiful soul else want to say?
Hello. Hello. You listen
Yes,
to me?
yes.
Hello. Thank
Yes,
you.
of course, listen.
I need that little words because we wish for the earth and different points of to the earth create all balance from the natural disaster like earthquakes, fire, very rainy. Sorry, my English is perfect. And need create a balance, create the equilibrium in that points to the earth. Thank you so much. And elevate all souls in that point. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Elizabeth. We are present. My dear Rick, any more sharing? Anyone?
I don't see anything else in our chats here.
So then, wrap up time. Beautiful soul. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear beautiful souls. A knowledge seeker and a UC Hindi language. And all the love to Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome, 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 my dear beautiful souls. Much love, follow whatever you understand. Come in the balance with Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Now, it's time to travel in space. Have this knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And salam, namaste, salute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Swatan. Thank you to all the members of the Universal Council and support members for being here today and giving their voice to this workshop, which has been the 311th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace, here on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. Okay, we'll be back next week with the 312th installment of these weekly series of workshops, and I believe that will make it the 6-year anniversary of these One Planet, One Nation workshop series. So congratulations to the Universal Council for that milestone. Okay, our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor group. And that starts on Wednesday, January 31st at 7 a.m. Central European Time start time. And people are welcome to attend that if they have questions or something they'd like to present with the plasma technology. And it's for beginners and old-timers of the Keshe plasma knowledge. Okay, thank you everyone, and we'll go out with our...
How about some space gap dance?
Gap dance.
How about that? Be enjoy, beautiful souls. Be happy always.
A new musical category, perhaps. Space gap dance. Okay, thank you, Sweta. And that means the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit, as we like to play here on our ending. So again, thank you everyone for being here, and see you in the next Keshe teaching. Okay, bye for now.